Greetings in the name of Ra and Nut. All that is good and great, all that is blessed and beautiful, all that is creative and conscious, and all that is positive and possible. May all your blessings be infinite like the night stars, and all good things be never ending. Hotep, I'm Medisola Biobankole. Welcome to Tugboat Creative Publishing presents a piece entitled, Is This America? For Labor Day. Now, you know what to do. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Is this America? For Labor Day. Is this America? Is this America, land of the brave and free, except for those of color, for you and me? Though we were and still are the backbone of this nation, this our country, from cotton fields to oyster beds, the tobacco fields of South Carolina to Gullah Island's indigo, this industry was free. From Africa to the sugar plantations of Louisiana, our enforced labor came in the economic structure we call slavery. Those of darker hue were and still are captures of the economic exploitation, with no reprieve to our cruelty, no form of real remuneration, and no real reason why or explanation. They were brought from the Pacific Rim and the jewel of England as land laborers by their conquerors. So too from the Chinese country to wash clothes for white elites and build a railroad with little pay, yet their ingenuity was such a feat. They too worked to the bones and harsh conditions for the corporations of America, only to be scorned and abused as though they were varmints and or pariahs, to become mere second-class citizens with no real profit sharing and or recognition. Their pay was and is Caucasoid hysteria. Is this America, land of the brave and free, except for those of color, for you and me? Though we were and still are the backbone of this great nation, this our country? Yes, they are vilified, scorned, treated with such disdain. But they are domestic servants, melon pickers, the cheap labor for your factories you bring across the southern borders, but do not say their name. Yet their beautiful woman becomes the sexual receptacles of the master's will, who cannot refuse because of the power wielded towards them. They must comply even when they are ill. This is America. All things are at the behest of pale-faced patriarchy still. Beautiful South Asian ladies caught in the web of human trafficking or in the laborious jobs of prostitution, while not having the freedom or the ability to refuse, for they are stuck in the white male's domination and forever mired in this country's corporate institutions. Her once proud people with long houses and teepees who roamed their land free, now moved from their homes to territories given to them by their conquerors, who now are the masters of their once pristine land, being at the bidding of their oppressors' command. forced to work for their new rulers with no substantial pay, only to become mired into fantasies of the bottle, no longer feeling their sweat lodges or to teach their children how to pray. No, theirs have become a story that was once a glory, but now is a nightmare day by day. Is this America land of the brave and free, except for those of color, for you and me? Though we were and still are the backbone of this great nation, this our country, supposedly being of a man's ribs according to the male-controlled story. Yet they have, with their ingenuity, strength, imagination, demonstrated force throughout history. Their power continues to prove their compelling essence in the face of white male dominance, revealing their glory. Not only making an office run smoothly, but their homes as well. These gifts we call women are reigniting their stories to tell. Their labor, whether in corporation or a lady of the night, their energy, their alluring charm, oh, what a sight. Yet, their efforts are not rewarded with fairness, but they are speaking and their voices will not be quelled. Is this America, land of the brave and free, except for those of color, for you and me? Though we were and still are the backbone of this nation, this our country. So, those of us of darker hue and the female gender will rise to stake a claim of our labor force of this nation. For we are the engines that move this land forward with our imagination, innovation, creation, and inclination. Together with solidarity, we will move to share the power and wealth of this nation, corporations, or this country that we know of will be faced with a hard, cold fact, which no one will be able to relax, that if we for a moment stop, this nation will stumble, crumble, and all its iterations. Is this America, land of the brave and free, except for those of color, for you and me? Though we were and still are the backbone of this great nation, is this our country? Once again, I wish to say Madasi P to all of you who have been listening to these little creative nuggets that I have been putting up. I enjoy doing them. I hope that I'm giving you some pleasure listening to them. Now, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Again, this is Adisa Olabayo Bankole saying Madasi P.